Welcome back here on Live Impact News on WCNC Plus. I'm Nick Sturdivant. We talked about this story earlier, but we want to get to it again. Shanquella Robinson. Today marks the anniversary of her death. Robinson died while on vacation in Mexico back in 2022. And since her death, Robinson's family has demanded justice along with people across the country and demanding those responsible be held accountable. And so there's been a lot of updates, a lot of things happening between, what happened there in Mexico to now.
Still a lot of questions.
Still a lot of questions. WCNC Charlotte's Jesse Pierre is following the story. And honestly, has been following the story for a while, years at this point. Jesse, we got a statement from her attorneys today. We read that earlier, but what's the latest? Who did you speak with today?
So there was, again, this is a somber anniversary, and there was a memorial balloon release that happened this weekend, and several family, friends, and supporters of Shanquella Robinson came together. And again, this is just them coming together to continue to keep her name alive, continue to push for justice, continue to fight for accountability and truth. And like you mentioned, it's been 3 years since Shanquella Robinson went on that trip with those friends, and no one has been held accountable as of yet, right? And there's been a lot of different things that have taken place since. We do know that, following the attack, and once that video was released and we saw Shanquella, being viciously attacked, we know that the Mexican authorities did identify one person as the main aggressor in the case and wanted that person indicted and brought to Mexico to face charges. That never happened. And actually also to note, her friends, when they came back, according to her family and the attorneys, say that she actually died of alcohol poisoning, and that, again, was proven not to be true or not the case in any of the autopsies or any court records or anything that we've seen, but that is what they said initially. But the autopsy that was done in Mexico showed that she died of a broken neck and severed spinal cord injury. Now, here in the U.S., the FBI said they couldn't move forward with charges because they didn't have enough evidence to move forward. And they also ultimately ruled Shanquella's death as inconclusive. Shanquella's family have filed a $100 million lawsuit against federal agencies. They've also filed wrongful death lawsuits against all 6 travel mates who now are being called the Cabo Six. And in return, they have filed different motions to have those charges against them dismissed for various reasons. But one by one, they've, filed to have those dismissed. Now, today, as we mark the anniversary, attorney Ben Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, who specifically represents Shanquella's mothers and their family, released this statement, and they are pretty much saying that it's not only heartbreaking but unacceptable that after 3 years that no criminal charges have been filed, and they're really urging the FBI to release information on the case and also bring the family the closure and the justice that they deserve. They also, quote, say Shanquella's loved ones have endured 3 years of silence, delays, and denials, and still they stand demanding the accountability their daughter deserves. And so, we continue to kind of wait it out. You know what I mean? We don't know how these things are going to go or what direction they're going to take when it comes to the legal side. But the family tells me they continue to stand strong. I also spoke to the father of Shanquella. He was emotional when we spoke. He just kind of talked about he's still trying to wrap his head around all this. Your daughter goes on a trip and she doesn't come back, and all the lies and the twists and turns that he's heard, and now all of these legal avenues that are being taken. It's just a lot, to kind of take in. But at the end of the day, no arrest has been made in this case. Nick?
Yeah, as you spelled out there, Jesse, man, just a tragic, heartbreaking story, especially for her family, her friends, folks who care about Shanquella, her family as well. So a lot to unpack there still. Jesse, thank you for that. You can catch Jesse at 4:30, and I believe, let me double check, 4:30 and 6 o'clock tonight with an update on the story. And of course, we have a comprehensive timeline right now on our digital platforms. Jesse, thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nick.